Welcome to the palace where the gates are always open. This is
Bing.
Jerry, aka Calgero, with Babel Haas over there. We're, uh, each one half of the Star Wars Sense team for the Palace Discord YouTube channel. So we're recapping the season finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus, episode 6. So
The finale. Let's go.
finale. This is the big one. This is the banger. This is the lead up. This is Anakin Skywalker versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, or this is Darth Vader versus Ben Kenobi, or the Jedi versus the Sith. Everything leads up to this, right? So let's talk about it. What do you want to say before we get into this discussion, Davos?
No, it all essentially led up to this in the series, right? Like
The rematch?
this is the rematch. This is the make it or break it point, though, too. Like this is the Disney either delivers or bricks. And they didn't brick. They delivered on this one, so
I do want
definitely makes it worth it. The whole series and everything. So yeah.
I do want to say is that, and I know I don't share this alone, Babs. I haven't asked you or don't know your thoughts, but you can chime in. I do still think that 6 episodes is still not enough to get execute the story. This wasn't bad, but I think, and depending on the writing, sometimes it feels like there's a lot to be, uh, uh, what's the word, desired, right? That's the word I'm looking for. So
Yep.
depending on the execution. So 6.
We can get more into this in the future, like Star Wars Sense episodes, our general feelings on the series
Yeah,
and
I agree. We'll do
where
that.
we think it should move in the future. But yeah, no, like I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time right now. But it's just exactly like you said. It's just the writing, right? Like it could just more time could be done on it, and some of the stuff is unnecessary. Like just a quick example, like when that chick gets held up in episode 4 at that one checkpoint. Like it's almost like a 3 minute scene, and it's like, dude, out
Yeah,
of a 50 whatever minute episode, you're gonna use 3 minutes for that?
not even 50 minutes. Really.
Brutal. Like
Yeah,
that stuff, brutal, bro.
yeah.
Just not. There's no excuse for that kind of stuff, man. There's no excuse. That is just crap. So
And I like what you said. We'll do a special episode, probably after this episode, where we just talk about likes and dislikes in the out of the Star so far of what we've seen in Star Wars the series on Disney Plus. It'll just be like a special one-off. So let's get into this episode. We're gonna start here, share our screen with
bing, bing,
y'all.
bing, 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 bing.
Boom.
Get right
So
in there.
here is one of my favorite actors growing up, Jimmy Smits playing Bail Organa, and obviously Miss Organa. They have uh, they've had Leia been returned to her from Obi
This is at
Wan.
the end of this is at the end of the episode, right? I
Well,
think
it might be at the end. I don't know why they
this
threw
is
it over
at the
there.
end. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Something.
anyways, okay. So, well, maybe no. I don't. Well, this could be he drops him off, then he talks to him. Or maybe it was at the end. Anyhow, anyways, Obi-Wan does say to I forget his name in the show here. We don't have the context of it, but Camille Camille Nujiani's character to watch over Leia for him.
Make sure that she gets all around safely.
That's
Yeah.
true. There you go. While he goes off to fight Vader, because at the end of the episode in the last one, we saw them escape, right? And he says, Obi-Wan says, just release me on one of the like little ships. He wants me instead of obviously getting rid of all and executing the entire Jedi force and everybody along with them on their ship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens, right? And rightfully so, Obi-Wan or Vader then says, "I want Obi-Wan," right? So he's left with tasking Camille's character. So maybe we haven't seen the end of him. I don't think we have. So that was cool. We go into it. At the end of the last episode, also we saw the Grand Inquisitor still survive, right? So he's
What's
still
this here?
alive. This is
Oh,
it looks like
this is
early,
before. Okay, yeah. So we see actually something on the Grand Inquisitor. He like almost doesn't go against Vader, but he questions Vader. He tells him, "No, Lord Vader, we can't obviously break off course from the main the main group of
The main task
Jedi and
is
stuff.
getting after all the
But
Jedi.
then Vader says, no, this isn't just any Jedi. This is a big deal, obviously,
Yeah.
which is
How they
it is
wrote it.
not just any
I
it
think
is not just any Jedi though. It is like his former
yeah.
master, and it's probably one of the biggest, to be honest, Jedi threats in the galaxy. So it definitely makes sense.
And in that time, we're not, and maybe I'm getting too nitpicky here, and I didn't even think about this till you brought it up, Babs, or you mentioned what he said, and looking back at it in these retrospective recap episodes, Vader could have easily have told, unless they didn't have him, could have told the Grand Inquisitor, you know, get one of the ships and go after them while I go after Obi-Wan, or vice versa, or something. Maybe they didn't have the ability to do that during hyperspace, right? So I just thought that would have been interesting. So
Well,
go ahead.
see, like that's the truth. I guess. Yeah, they just wanted to stay in full pursuit of him. I don't know. But
All
yeah,
folks.
it's the story writing, I guess.
So here it looks a little bit of Tatooine, but I'm not sure. We're gonna go through some of these ones right here. This is a cool little sequence, right? This is what them when the Star Destroyer shooting the little ship, which you would have think it would have pulverized them with one or two shots, right? Boom, gone, smithereens.
Would have been done. Yep.
Yeah, and so them dodging it was a little bit exaggerated. Roken is tasked to take them to safety, right? So I don't think you've seen the last of Roken, so that'll be cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, that scene happened. This is Brew, right? The original Brew and Owen from the original. Here is where that exchange that you talked about.
That's where he's questioning Vader, yeah.
Rupert Grit. Yeah, this is just cool, man. I just love just sitting and like just take it all in, dude. Just look at that. It's fire.
Just the Vader, any Vader hit, any Vader frame is a hit.
Look at those broad shoulders. Yeah. It is a hit. Look at that. That's clean. Crispy.
Half and half, classic. You see that?
Oh, say it again.
The light.
Oh yeah, light and dark, huh? Is that a
well? No, that's just how the light hits those things because of the way that the hull of it's angled, right? It's angled up so that it's like a planet, right? Only part of it can get hit by the light at that angle, right? Yeah, the other half is in the shade.
Yep.
You see it fade across the front though of the command bay.
Here we do a little cross cut into Tatooine with Owen and Brew.
Twin sons, baby.
Because what is it?
Twin sons.
Oh yeah, twin sons. Yeah, Tatooine. Because Reva is now. What did she find? I think she heard the transmission about this. That's how she ended up going after Luke.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a Oh no, she found the transmission with Organa.
Oh yeah, with the yeah.
That happened. Mm-hmm. A little Vader action. So Owen is set to protect Luke. So they're gonna have a firefight with Reva. Look at this shot right here. Woo-wee. Now I didn't get the name. We didn't get the name of the planet that Obi-Wan, decided to have Vader chase him to, but it was a rock Earth planet, right? Rock planet.
Yeah, I'm sure we could figure it out, but
it was foggy too. Look at that. It was cool. I like this design. I mean, they killed it a little bit, Now he didn't come in with this TIE fighter. This is his own little ship, right? Talk about that.
Yeah, it's just like a Sith high-ranking official,
when I did see this design and stuff, I did kind of think a little bit of Rebel / Clone Wars. That's what I kind of.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. It kind of does remind you that. It kind of does reminisce of that kind of type of fights and stuff, of course.
So the last time that these two battled in Episode 3, right, when we saw Vader first, when they battled, Obi-Wan was still rusty. It's safe to say that he shook off some of the rust in this battle.
Yeah, Vader's like, your strength is back.
Exactly.
It's a crazy battle, dude. It's probably top 5 for me, at least. Top 5 ever Star Wars.
It was fun to watch. I love it. Like, I just love this. Again, and this is why I love Star Wars, man. design, atmosphere, setting, production. Yeah, it hit. They pulled it off, dude. They pulled that off, at least for sure. And I did like their sequences. Their back and forth.
Big time.
Did they intercut some of the stuff in between? Yeah, but
That's the only part of it that I didn't like. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it goes back and
During this
forth,
time they did intercut the Reva stuff, and I think that
and
that I
that's
think
where the only downfall
that's
of it
the,
is, because
I agree.
that whole chase scene is unnecessary.
Yeah,
Why
they
does
didn't
she
even need
have
to
to
talk
chase
about that.
Luke?
They could have
She
done that
doesn't.
for two and a half minutes in the beginning,
She doesn't.
and then go to this, and then
She
finish the
doesn't
episode.
change Luke's course.
Yeah.
Luke doesn't change her course, dude. It doesn't do anything for either of their character development.
All it
It
showed
doesn't
was
do
that
anything to
all,
Beru. It doesn't do anything to Owen.
all it showed was Brew and
It does
Owen
nothing.
that they defended in battle
But
Luke's. That's all it showed. That's the only addition that it did. And
but
but we
her
did it
mind was
wasn't.
already set. Like her head was already where it was. She was already gonna kill Vader, or try to
Yeah,
kill Vader, to
this is
get
what we're talking.
revenge
Yeah,
for her younglings, dude. Like for her fellow like kids that were killed by Anakin. Like, dude,
this
it
is
was
her.
such
This
a
is what we're talking about.
pointless
Is
chase scene, man.
the ambush to in their in Brew's in their moisture farm. Come on.
It's just so brutal, man. It's like,
Yeah.
why are you taking away from Obi-Wan and Vader, dude,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this?
They should have just
For
done it
this.
all here. I agree. That I agree
Brutal.
with. Because this was
Terrible.
fire, and to see this, and when it cut to the other scenes, I was just like, come on, bro. And then this came back, and I was like on edge. You know, come
But
on.
like, why are we sacrificing chunks of what should be literally like Star Wars history, Jerry, for
Like,
crap, terribly written, pointless screen time?
yeah. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys agree or disagree with what we're
And
talking.
it's not, dude, it's not hate. It's not hate. It's just they need to improve upon these things. They can't, like, the Mandalorian does that well. I don't believe they don't waste a lot. Like, they don't waste a lot of time on screen. That's what needs to.
Yeah.
There can't be these, like, having comedy and then having like these, like I just gave the example, these pointless interactions that don't actually develop the story. And I get you can't make any like big changes to the story, and they did
Well, I mean, look, they
handle. Sorry,
had
go ahead.
Luke run off. So in this history now, he was chased off by an Inquisitor. No, the only thing it added. So then Luke, he never says in the future or in the when what we saw, I was hunted down. I know the evil that comes
Like,
from.
but exactly, but I don't even like this because he acts shocked when the first time he sees a lightsaber, right? He's like, "What is this?"
Uh huh.
and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, and I understand Obi-Wan's and Leia's interaction. They did that really well
Mm-hmm.
because she obviously knew who Obi-Wan was, and they
It
said
had
like
its moments. They did some. I
they
had a
said like don't interact with each other because of our safety unless it's a really dire situation or whatever. But
yeah.
it's like I'm saying, Jerry. It's like we're gonna talk about it more in future episodes here. They need to just slow their roll and pick through some of the stuff that doesn't need to be in there and just take it out, man.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
one of
well
your writers is screwing the pooch here. We can't have
I think they
this
generally.
terrible
I think the audience has.
writing on.
And I think the audience has spoken their mind. Well, let's talk about the positive, right? The
No,
epic
no, no.
battle.
There is huge positives. I just mean it's such a huge like takeaway. This is what makes it not a 10 out of 10 episode, is because of this terrible
I agree.
chunking of
It,
this glorious fight scene, dude.
it
It
make it
breaks up the fight. It
it
breaks
makes
up what we've been waiting for, Jerry. That's
it
why
makes it an
it's
8 to 8.5 episode.
instead of a 10. It would have been
Yeah,
a 10, dude.
this was
Brutal.
sick. Remember this scene? Ooh, that was fire. Look at that,
It was
scorched earth,
so
bro.
fire. And
Scorched
this is the
earth.
only way they could have done this interaction, ending this interaction, because
So
Vader isn't gonna leave that unless he's super battle damaged, and Obi-Wan isn't gonna leave that unless he knows like Vader is dealt with, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
it was
It
sick though.
was
It was
done
sick.
well for sure. Go ahead.
And then you see some empathy over here. Like, what have I done to him?
Yep. There, and then that's when he realizes I can't kill my previous my son essentially, right? Because he never had a child, so that's his kid pretty much, dude. Like that is almost his kid. He
And
raised that boy.
Anakin never had a father.
No, well, he was conceived by the Force, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He is his father, correct? So to speak. This is So he goes back to Mustafar and his base.
That throne scene, that throne.
And what is he talking about here? This might have been right before he leads into him, though. I think it's right.
This is when Palpatine tells him to like let go of Obi-Wan, kind of. If you can't let go of your former attachments, then yeah.
True. And he said, "Oh, I will handle him." Remember? Little Leia is back at home. This is where Obi-Wan, after the fight, comes and then decides to pay his farewells and say, "You won't be hearing from me again." That's it. Obi-Wan, Jimmy Smits again, Bill Organa, man. If you haven't seen, this is a bonus tip. Go watch the movie My Family, Mi Familia, and Price of Glory, classic Jimmy Smits movies.
Classic Jimmy Smith and Sons of Anarchy, dude.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Sons of Anarchy or television. So Obi-Wan over here is gonna take off. Interacts with Owen one more time, Joel Egerton, which I always loved him. It's great to see them back. And
then he hits him with the biggest line that you only actually get to see a couple hello there's ever in. It is like he's well known for the hello there, right? But it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not actually like he doesn't actually drop it that much, man. He only drops it like once with Grievous, and then pretty much once in the old movies and this. So this is the third time it ever gets dropped.
And this I was hoping to happen, and the minute I saw, I was like, finally, dude. They had to do this.
I was here the whole time. He says, "Let's go." Of course you were. Qui-Gon Jinn, baby.
He said, "Where have you been?" Yeah. And then
let's go.
There was an interview. We didn't cover this in have to cover it in a Star Wars episode news of our sense, but Liam Neeson was asked in an interview a few months ago, would you want to be in the Obi-Wan show? And he says, I don't know about a show, a movie maybe. And then he obviously pulled that Jedi mind trick. And when he was here, I was like, I effing knew it, bro. There he is. Now we just needed a continuation of the Ghost training and cross with Obi-Wan to lead him to the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan that we see in.
Well, I don't think they're gonna do another Obi-Wan show, per se. I don't think there's enough content there left. I think that they hit something else in this era, and Obi-Wan is just in the same way that Boba was in Mando. Make sense?
Yeah. Well, that's what I think. I don't think we have seen the last and end, or the last of Obi-Wan and
I hope not.
In storytelling.
And I hope not Vader, dude. Like, fuck. Keep it going, man.
No, I think because she has to cross Ahsoka because of the Rebels connection. So watch that. All right, so that was cool. See, and he went off, man. What did you think? How did you feel when you saw this reveal at the end?
Well, he was the first one to get the Force Ghost down, so obviously he wasn't missing. It was obviously something with Obi-Wan that was severed, and so his closure with Vader, I guess, finally opened him up to the side of the Force, and bing bong in there. Let's go.
Bing bong, Obi-Wan. And then he left a little trinket toy for Luke. He gave him the toy after all. And then there's your boy, Senator Palpatine.
Sidious, no.
Some last pictures here. What is this? Alderaan base, yeah. And we're back to the end of space, so this is just the last few shots, but same things we've seen. Gives a little farewell to Leia and says, you may not see me again for a very, very long time or ever.
Quite some time.
Yeah, which we know what the future holds, right?
Yep.
So that concludes the episode and the finale. This is a cool scene where he does levitate the rocks. This was one of my favorite scenes where he just commented. That was fire.
Yeah, earthbending. It was fire.
Yeah.
It was fire,
Cool
straight
scenes
fire.
in the rocks. More cool scenes here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that covers it. Reva ends up, talking to Obi-Wan and essentially almost converting back to the light side. We'll see what happens there. So, but that concludes the recap of episode 6, season finale of Obi-Wan in our Obi-Wan series show on Star Wars Sense, playlist. So check out our next video. It's going to be Star Wars news and then some other content coming up. Stay tuned.
Some more VV content in the works.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, comment so it can help the algorithm out. Comment so then it'll help the our content creation, so we know what you guys want to see. It'll be fun.
Road to 250. Thanks everyone for liking and subscribing and tuning in.
Yeah, road to 250. We're about 40 away. And if you're into sports, entertainment, movies, news, MCU, anything like that, join our Discord or at least check out our other videos. All right, cool. Thanks everybody. Peace.